Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bein, a channel dedicated to sharing knowledge for holistic self-development through insightful books. Have you ever wondered why criticism, blame, or judgment can haunt us so easily, while compliments fade so quickly? Despite being the most evolved creatures, we inherently cling to fear, easily drawn to negativity, sorrow, and pain. Joy, however, tends to depart from us far too swiftly. Even in the wealthiest era in history, true happiness often eludes most people. For hundreds of millions of years, our brains have evolved to prioritize recognizing danger. This negative bias causes every painful memory, every failure, every physical loss to cling to our neural pathways, easily triggering anxiety and anger. While this mechanism once saved our ancestors from imminent threats, today it often traps us in a relentless cycle of stress and sorrow. Dr. Rick Hanson, a renowned American neuropsychologist and a leading expert in the field of intentional neuroplasticity, has masterfully combined neuroscience, positive psychology, and evolutionary biology to create a book I am deeply eager to share with you today. Hardwiring Happiness, or Programming Happiness. Through this profound book, he reveals a hopeful truth. You can cultivate a peaceful, resilient, and deeply content soul, leading to a truly happy life, simply by reprogramming your own brain. Perhaps you've encountered methods for cultivating happiness through philosophy, Buddhism, or psychology on channels like Better Version. But today, from the lens of brain science, we hope to help you discover a fresh path to steadfastly overcome anxiety and sorrow, and truly experience a life brimming with genuine joy. Now, I invite you to listen closely. Why does our brain need reprogramming? Living in this world, we constantly confront countless challenges, both external and internal. Scientists suggest that a person's ability to overcome difficulties hinges on three key factors. First, the inherent difficulty of the challenge itself. Second, one's degree of vulnerability, essentially, how susceptible you are to being affected. And third, your coping capacity, meaning whether you possess the inner strength to confront it. Of these three factors, the third, inner strength, stands as the most crucial. Dr. Rick Hanson reveals that approximately 1/3 of our inner strength is genetic, stemming from inherent qualities passed down from our parents. The remaining 2/3, however, are forged through consistent daily practice and accumulation. If you neglect to cultivate this inner resilience, you risk being swept away by life's currents, passively allowing fate to dictate your path. Conversely, by understanding how to cultivate your inner strength, you can unlock a life of profound happiness and peace. So, how exactly do we cultivate it? From a neuroscience perspective, Dr. Rick Hanson has outlined a practical method: reprogramming the brain through dedicated neuroplasticity training. What exactly is neuroplasticity? While the term might sound complex, in simple terms, it refers to the nervous system's remarkable ability to adapt and change. Our brains are comprised of countless interconnected neurons, forming intricate networks of neural circuits. These very circuits dictate how you react to events. For instance, imagine a student who, upon hearing the words exam or test, immediately feels a surge of tension. This occurs because their neural circuitry has already established a pathway that instantly triggers anxiety whenever such an event is mentioned. What we need to train ourselves to do is fundamentally alter the reactive capabilities of these neural circuits. Research indicates that neuroplasticity is profoundly shaped by our experiences. As the author notes, what you habitually focus your attention on is precisely what ultimately molds your brain. Each person tends to gravitate towards different things, dictated by their ingrained interests and deeply etched experiences. Someone driven by wealth will be particularly captivated by high-profit business models. A gossip enthusiast will find it almost impossible to ignore any rumor, as their brain is wired to focus on social stimuli. Then there are individuals who constantly feel a sense of inadequacy, driven by a desire for longevity and perfect health, so their brains often direct attention to every ache and pain in their bodies. They react intensely to even the slightest sign of discomfort or illness. And the more a neural circuit is drawn to something, the more profoundly you will experience it. The principle of survival of the fittest applies even here. Those neural connections that are actively engaged and frequently utilized become stronger and more stable. Neuroscience has shown this clearly. The more intensely you focus on something, the more you solidify its connection within your brain, whether that focus is positive or negative. However, for the vast majority of us, neural connections tend to strengthen predominantly around negative experiences. This is due to a unique protective mechanism in our brains, often referred to as the bad is stronger than the good effect. Our brain is fundamentally designed for survival. It prioritizes the detection of threats, heightens our vigilance, and reacts instantly to perceived dangers. For instance, imagine walking alone down a deserted alley and you suddenly get the unsettling feeling that someone is following you. Instantly, your brain's alarm system activates, propelling you into a state of readiness for defense. Yet, this very protective mechanism can also cause our anxiety center, the amygdala, to become excessively overactive. Consider this: in a day where 20 things occur, 19 unfold smoothly and bring joy, yet a single one leaves you dissatisfied. By evening, what consumes your thoughts most vividly, what you dwell on most before sleep, is almost always that one unsatisfactory event. This is precisely how our brain operates, where negative experiences are consistently prioritized for memory and processing. Beyond this negative bias, the very structure of our brain's memory system also contributes to us being more easily ensnared by negative experiences than positive ones. Fundamentally, the brain operates based on two primary forms of memory: explicit memory and implicit memory. Explicit memory comprises those recollections we can consciously access, recall, and articulate, such as memorizing a poem, vividly recounting a trip, or precisely remembering the date of an event. Implicit memory, on the other hand, forms subtly from experiences, leaving profound emotional imprints that are often difficult to consciously recognize or articulate. This type of memory tends to heavily favor negative experiences, those that inflict hurt, pose a threat, or cause pain, which the brain often records with greater depth to protect us in the future. It is precisely this insidious combination of negative bias and the mechanism of repetition that allows implicit memory to dominate, while positive experiences often fade into obscurity. The majority of human joys we experience are fleeting, often passive, and consequently less deeply ingrained in our memory. For instance, when you receive a compliment, that positive emotion exists merely as temporary data in your short-term memory. For it to solidify into a lasting memory, you would need to receive that praise repeatedly. However, no one offers us endless praise. The result is that beautiful moments are effortlessly forgotten, while sorrow and fear become deeply, stubbornly etched within your very being. This is also why negative rumors spread so far, and shocking, scandalous news invariably commands intense attention. And it's the reason many individuals, despite having lived through countless moments of happiness, so readily take them for granted. So what is the profound consequence of all this? It's simply that we are unhappy. We exist in a state of prolonged anxiety, constantly feeling unsettled and insecure. With the relentless advancement of journalism, television, the internet, and smartphones, your brain is virtually under constant assault by an unceasing torrent of information, nearly 20 hours a day. How much money someone else earns, how incredibly talented they are, which elite schools their children attend, how stunning that new outfit is, all these external comparisons incessantly bombard us. And every single piece of this information, whether conscious or subconscious, contributes to shaping new neural pathways in your brain. Consequently, it's incredibly rare to find someone with a high income, even earning hundreds of millions a month, who genuinely feels truly happy. Every single day, we are enveloped by external pressures that lead to an alarming accumulation of stress hormones within our bodies. This is precisely why so many people today suffer from debilitating issues such as chronic anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, claustrophobia, and numerous other mental health challenges. Scientists have identified that the human brain comprises three primary operating systems. At its core lies the reptilian brain, the area that controls fundamental needs like breathing. Encircling that is the mammalian brain, which processes our emotions. And further outward, we find the primate brain, responsible for logical thought and complex reasoning. These three distinct operating systems collaboratively fulfill humanity's three core needs: a sense of safety, profound contentment, and meaningful social connection. From this intricate interplay, the brain develops two fundamental states, each with its own mode. The green state corresponds to an adaptive mode. The red state, conversely, corresponds to a reactive mode. When confronted with something undesirable, if the brain's neural circuits are consistently maintained in an adaptive mode, the brain will naturally shift into the green state. In this green state, the brain's three operating systems function in perfect harmony, no matter what challenges arise. You can then effortlessly experience a profound sense of safety, deep contentment, and strong connection. For instance, picture this scenario. You're driving to work in the morning and a car suddenly cuts you off, speeding ahead. Instead of reacting, you simply offer a gentle smile, thinking, perhaps they're just in a hurry to embrace life. You arrive at the office, sit down, and accidentally knock over a glass of water. Calmly, you wipe it dry, thinking, good thing it wasn't coffee. Later, in a meeting, your boss points out several issues with your report. You diligently take notes, quietly reflecting, this is a precious opportunity to refine my work. This is the brain operating in its green state, where neural circuits remain inherently flexible, ready to adapt to unexpected situations and embrace them with profound calm. But conversely, what if that day began with seething anger over the reckless driver, prompting you to chase after them, shouting, how dare you drive like that? Then, spilling water on your pants only fuels your irritation, or when your boss critiques you, you fume, what an absolutely cursed day. And after work, that simmering resentment is highly likely to follow you home, causing you to snap more easily at loved ones or harshly chastise yourself. This, then, is a chain reaction of reactive modes that persistently traps your brain in the red state. Sometimes, a perfectly innocuous comment can ignite a spark of anger within you. So many of life's challenges and the deterioration of relationships stem directly from our brains lingering excessively in this red state. In the green state, your world becomes profoundly more peaceful, and life, in turn, blossoms into something truly beautiful. Remarkably, the green state actively triggers the release of endorphins and nitric oxide-powerful substances known for their antibacterial, pain-relieving, and anti-inflammatory properties. Medical research compellingly demonstrates that sustaining this state not only significantly enhances overall health, but also dramatically reduces the risk of disease, thereby contributing to a longer, more vibrant lifespan. Conversely, the red state causes the brain to overreact excessively to negative stimuli, leading to a detrimental surge in stress. Therefore, cultivating neuroplasticity to keep the brain in an adaptive mode, consistently activating that green light, is the ultimate key to unlocking a balanced, healthy, and truly happy life. So, precisely how do we train our brain circuits to reprogram them for a happier existence? The way to reprogram your brain circuits for a happier life. The method for training our brain circuits can be summarized by 4 key steps. The first is H for have to consciously acquire a positive experience. Next is enrich to deepen and expand that experience. Then, absorb to truly internalize it. And finally, link to connect it with existing memories. 1. Have, cultivating positive experiences. Our first step is have which means consciously seeking out and experiencing something positive. How then do we deliberately create such positive experiences? Neuroscientists suggest starting with deliberate attention, or, to make it more accessible, by simply paying a little more mind. There's a profound saying, this world belongs not to the wealthy, nor to those with abundant time, but to those who truly pay attention. A person who genuinely pays attention to the life unfolding around them, who knows how to pause and truly see, will discover a whole world within their grasp. Beautiful emotions, acts of kindness all require your conscious awareness and exploration. For instance, do you typically find the sound of children's laughter merely noisy? Now, actively pay attention and you might discover in that crystal-clear peal of laughter a radiant, pure innocence. If you feel a sense of ease and comfort, then consciously imprint that feeling into your memory. That is paying mind. To pay mind means you become capable of discerning the positive aspect in every situation, discovering and truly savoring the inherent beauty in things that once seemed ordinary. A solitary cloud drifting across a blue sky, and you find it exquisite. Walking beneath a canopy of cool trees, you feel utterly wonderful. Sunlight streaming through a windowpane, a dried leaf in late autumn, dew clinging to blades of grass, or the fleeting smile of a stranger, the warm scent of freshly baked bread. A random melody from a bustling cafe, your mother's weathered, calloused hands, and the silent embrace of night adorned with stars. All these seemingly ordinary, even inanimate things suddenly transform, becoming strangely beautiful and profoundly peaceful in your eyes. This, precisely, is the process of paying mind beginning to rewire your brain's perception. However, a crucial point, when experiencing positive emotions, allow them to flow naturally like a gentle stream. Do not attempt to grasp them tightly, nor force yourself to perpetually possess them. The things that truly bring happiness often stem from a sense of pure delight. Pressure, however, arises when you transform a simple liking into an insistent wanting. For example, you spot a beautiful bag and instantly adore it. But if you burden yourself with the intense desire to possess it at all costs, that initial spark of happiness will vanish. This isn't to say you must renounce all material possessions. Rather, it's a gentle reminder to allow things to unfold effortlessly, as a balanced choice between your desires and your capabilities. True happiness blossoms when you maintain a pure appreciation for an item, when that bag perfectly aligns with your aesthetic and comfortably fits your finances. You pick it up with a relaxed smile, unburdened by debt or internal torment. Beyond simply paying mind to positive occurrences, you possess the power to actively generate them. So, how precisely do you cultivate profound joy? Does it necessitate spending vast sums of money or dedicating extensive time to countless experiences just to attain happiness? In reality, we don't need to overcomplicate it. Research unequivocally reveals that one of the simplest yet most profoundly effective methods is the practice of gratitude. Begin with the tiny, unassuming blessings woven into your everyday life. Have you ever consciously expressed gratitude for the objects you use daily? Take, for instance, the laptop currently before you. Can you dedicate a moment to genuinely thank the brilliant minds who invented, engineered, and tirelessly perfected this technology? Thanks to their efforts, you can now work, connect, and create with remarkable flexibility and efficiency. Many might think, I paid for this, why should I feel grateful? Yet, this very mindset severs the positive neural connections within your brain. When you perceive everything solely as a transactional exchange, you will struggle to genuinely experience true happiness. You can also deliberately reframe past difficulties, unearthing the profound lessons and catalysts for growth that emerged from every challenging experience. Furthermore, commit to acts of kindness and benevolence every single day. For instance, hold a door open for someone trailing behind you, offer your seat to an elderly person, a child, or a pregnant woman. Pause to help someone whose bicycle has unfortunately toppled, or guide a visually impaired person across the street. Or simply offer a genuine smile. These myriad small acts of compassion invariably warm your heart. The ancients wisely advised, perform one good deed each day. If you steadfastly cultivate this habit, your heart will progressively grow lighter and radiantly brighter. Finally, embrace life as an endless canvas of opportunities. If you perceive life everywhere as a chance to savor and experience, you will discover something intrinsically precious in every single moment. Each challenge, then, becomes a profound opportunity to refine yourself, leading your mind to ever greater peace and your inner strength to continually flourish. This is how we master the first step, *have****, enabling our brains to truly welcome and integrate positive experiences. *2. Enrich, deepening positive experiences. Next, you'll need to enrich that positive experience for your brain. For example, you gaze at a beautiful flower and feel your mood lighten, but if this experience occurs only once or twice, you'll remain stuck at step 1. Such fleeting experiences merely enter your short-term memory and will inevitably fade. Therefore, the critical first action to truly enrich an experience is to consciously prolong it. For how long, you ask? Each positive experience should be repeated 5 to 10 times, with each repetition lasting 10 to 30 seconds. The core issue is our perpetual haste. Sometimes we merely glance, or worse, don't even bother to look. If we do, it's often to quickly snap a photo for social media, completely bypassing a deeper, more profound sensation. Consequently, countless positive experiences swiftly vanish into the brain's realm of forgotten memories. After prolonging the duration of an experience, we must also amplify its perceived intensity, meaning we strive to make the feeling grander, richer, and more complete. To me, this embodies the ability to see deeply through mindfulness. For instance, as you sip a simple glass of lemonade, if you gaze deeply into it, you will perceive the sunlight that nourished the lemon tree. You'll sense Mother Earth diligently imparting minerals, the rain and wind cleansing each leaf, the farmer's weathered hands carefully harvesting each fruit, and so much more. You'll even see yourself a person who has diligently worked, earned the money, bought the lemons, and is now savoring this vibrant, tart flavor. The lemon water enters your body, cleansing and revitalizing it, infusing you with energy to live more kindly. You'll recognize that this seemingly small glass of lemonade actually holds the combined, harmonious power of all creation. And you, in that moment, are a precious piece within life's grand, sprawling tapestry. Happiness, a profound sense of fullness, and an overflowing gratitude will naturally surge within you, not because you possess something monumental, but because you've truly seen the inherent richness and abundance that has always been present. This, precisely, is the power to see deeply, to program and amplify the intensity of perception within your brain. Next, you must also cultivate diversity in your sensory perception. Consciously awaken all your senses: sight, smell, taste, hearing, and touch to fully embrace and allow positive sensations to wash over you. Personally, I dedicate at least 3 sessions each week to walking in places intimately connected to nature. Each time, I consciously let my hands brush against the rough, textured bark of a tree trunk. There's no need to feel self-conscious, as if you're doing something peculiar. Just try closing your eyes, embracing the tree, and feeling the silent pulse of life transmit from its gnarled bark into your palms. If possible, shed those shoes encasing your feet and allow your bare soles to connect with the earth. Feel the embrace of Mother Earth with every breath, while your ears discern the gentle whispers of the wind weaving through the leaves. Your nose can inhale the subtle fragrance of blossoms and foliage, and let a profound gratitude for nature's vibrant life energy surge within you. In that sacred moment, you will sense a gentle, harmonious balance returning to your mind and body. I urge you to try this. It will be an incredibly profound and transformative experience. And finally, intentionally stimulate novelty. This means actively nurturing your curiosity, constantly exploring new things, and committing to lifelong learning, all of which profoundly stimulate the hippocampus in your brain, leading to the continuous generation of new brain cells. Asterisk 3. Absorb, internalizing positive experiences. Now let's move on to step 3. If step 1, is akin to kindling a spark of emotion, and step 2, enrich, means nurturing that spark into a lasting flame, then you now need step 3, absorb, to truly internalize and allow that warmth to become a part of you. To absorb is like allowing that profound warmth to permeate your very being, sinking deep into your soul, becoming an inseparable part of who you are. So, what exactly should we absorb? It is the profound peace, deep contentment, and boundless love emanating from the beautiful things around you. Put simply, if you genuinely feel a sense of peace, satisfaction, and love during an experience, then the powerful process of absorption is actively underway. A positive experience isn't merely about transient pleasantness. It's about profound permeation, allowing those wholesome energies to deeply embed themselves within your mind and truly take root. The book recounts a poignant case. A young woman cherished her cat, but the beloved pet fell gravely ill, enduring immense suffering. The veterinarian advised that the most compassionate option was to let the cat pass peacefully. The woman wept uncontrollably, consumed by profound grief. Yet in the end, she embraced the painful truth. Cradling her cat, she gently stroked its fur, recalling every single cherished moment. When it was a playful kitten, its joyful antics, its curious gaze at the world. She remembered the countless days it had been her constant companion. That profound, internal wellspring of love enabled her to truly bid farewell to her beloved cat, finding a deep sense of peace amidst her sorrow. This, precisely, is the process of absorption, internalizing positive emotions from beautiful memories, allowing love to gently fill the void of loss. How can you tell if you've truly absorbed an experience? The answer lies in sincerely and consistently observing yourself. Your brain will perpetually reshape itself based on everything you experience. You will, quite literally, become what you absorb. If you absorb an experience of profound gratitude, honestly assess if you truly become more thankful, more forgiving, more compassionate. If you absorb the experience of courage and strength, observe whether you genuinely grow stronger. The unmistakable sign of deep absorption is a subtle yet undeniable transformation within your very core. The more positive energy you absorb, the more resilient and stable the neural networks within your brain will become. Consequently, negative reactions and the red state will find it increasingly difficult to intrude. This is because the robust, positive foundation you've cultivated within yourself will be strong enough to steadfastly carry you through life's inevitable challenges and upheavals. Asterisk 4. Link, connecting positive and negative memories asterisk. The final, and arguably most profound, step in the brain reprogramming process is asterisk link asterisk, meaning to consciously connect. This represents the deepest transformation, where you intentionally leverage positive experiences to replace and fundamentally restructure negative memory regions within your brain. As human beings, every one of us harbors pain, some overt, some perhaps obscured by the passage of time. Yet, whether you desperately try to forget or vehemently refuse to remember, these pains persistently, silently exist, like insidious weeds entrenched deep within your mind. The crucial insight here is this. Instead of attempting to forcibly uproot or suppress these pains, an act that merely triggers your limbic system into a fight-or-flight response, you must learn to cultivate new, vibrant blossoms in their stead. This method doesn't demand that you forget the past entirely. Rather, it invites you to re-enter those painful spaces with a new mindset, one imbued with light and boundless forgiveness. Consider the story of a man who, instead of forever dwelling on the agonizing memory of being abandoned by his mother as a child, consciously chose to link his profound pain with the serene imagery of a tranquil lake. Each time he walked by and witnessed that still surface, an image symbolizing acceptance and release over time, whenever the old, hurtful memory resurfaced, it no longer appeared solely as a wound. Instead, it brought with it a sense of lightness, like sunlight softly reflecting on calm water. This is how the brain learns a new, healthier, gentler, and ultimately more peaceful response to old wounds. However, this is a profoundly challenging process that demands significant inner fortitude. You can only successfully link painful fragments of memory with a positive energy when your own internal light is robust enough to not be consumed by the encroaching shadows. Otherwise, you risk plunging deeper into despair. Therefore, if the wounds within your soul are still too raw and profound, it is imperative to seek the compassionate guidance of a qualified therapist to navigate this fourth step safely and effectively. And so, you now possess all 4 vital steps in the transformative journey of reprogramming your own brain. If you've ever found yourself pondering how to live a happier, more peaceful life, the profound answer resides not in the external world, but directly within your brain, in the dedicated way you train it each and every day. From consciously paying mind to positive moments, to actively nurturing the green state through your patterns of thought, by intentionally activating your senses, by carefully choosing your reactions, and by forging new, empowering habits, all of these actions possess the profound ability to alter the very fabric of your nervous system, thereby radically transforming the way you experience and live this life. Happiness is not some distant, elusive dream. It is a profound skill that can be diligently learned and mastered. Your brain is not a fixed, unchangeable entity, but rather a fertile, awaiting soil, yearning for you to sow the seeds of well-being. And perhaps, the deeply personal journey of reprogramming happiness truly begins the very moment you choose to pause, to observe gently, and to embrace life with greater compassion and courage. Finally, I wish to conclude with an incredibly inspiring quote directly from the author. This book, too, resonated deeply within my own soul. Can you even begin to imagine what this world would be like if more and more brains shifted into the green state? Every single moment you choose peace, you are actively sowing seeds for a truly awakened humanity. Every neural pathway, meticulously sculpted by positive light and unwavering love, will become a conduit for boundless miracles. The most profound transformation does not originate from external circumstances, but rather from the powerful, intentional way we reshape our own minds. When millions of brains collectively turn towards the radiant light of compassion, unwavering resilience, and profound gratitude, we are not merely reprogramming ourselves. We are, together, writing a magnificent new update for humanity. Picture a world where stress graciously yields to profound understanding, where brokenness is tenderly mended through conscious attention, and where fear itself transforms into indomitable courage. Believe, with every fiber of your being, that each time you consciously choose the green state, you are igniting a beacon of hope not just for yourself, but also contributing to the illumination of this entire planet. Thank you for listening, and I truly wish that every day, no matter what it brings, you choose to remain vibrantly green.